Welcome to the Grey Atom YouTube channel. Here you'll get everything from a webinar, student diary, Data Science Fridays where your questions are answered. Basically everything that you need to get yourself upskilled in data sciences. Hit the subscribe button, click on the bell icon, have a look at the videos, and if you find something interesting, don't forget to like it. Follow us socially and we will be there always serving you the best. Hi, I am Mayuresh. I'm the co-founder at Grey Atom and I look after the admissions and counseling. As part of this web series, I take questions from aspirants who want to make transition into data sciences and I kind of answer them. So the question for today is a very important question to begin with. The question is, how can an experienced person switch his career into data sciences? How can an experienced person switch his or her career into data sciences? So what do we mean by starting a career into data sciences or switching into data sciences? So let's work backwards. So to say that you have switched into data sciences is that you actually have landed up with an internship or a job in a field, in a company where you're using data sciences very actively, very regularly. So that's what we call as the end state, and let's work very quickly from back there. So let me take a few names. Sagar Davda. So Sagar came to us when he was working as a pre-sales consultant for a particular company and he was doing a lot of technical pre-sales. And he has now successfully made a transition into data science. He's working in a role which requires him to use all his data science skills. Let me use another character, Nitika Goyal, and these are real people. So she has experience of working with Cognizant and she was doing some help desk related stuff over there. And she has now made successful transition into a career into data sciences. So let's look at what Sagar did right, what Nitika did right. It is extremely important to understand that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to walk you through maybe 10 to 12 points about just outlining what these guys did so that it made that whole transition and journey possible for these guys. Number one, they did a lot of practice. They practiced a lot, they went hands-on, they did a lot of things on their own, in groups, in teams, individually, and not just practiced assignments but practiced projects, practiced end-to-end projects. Very important to keep it hands-on. It is good to see a lot of videos, it is good to consume a lot of PDFs and a lot of mathematical proofs and expressions, but it is extremely important to practice. So these people have made some tremendous effort. They have not just solved assignments, but they have solved assignments in multiple ways and went above and beyond and did the assignments again and again. Reinforcement of concepts. Number two, they have completed a lot of guided and unguided projects. What I mean by guided and unguided projects is they have solved problems end to end, not just piecemeal, small, micro baby steps, but complete end-to-end projects where they were asked to predict the price of the house, and this went from absolutely loading the data, cleaning the data, to building a models, iterating on top of it. So they have done some tremendous work over there, end to end. That's very important. Guided and unguided projects both. Number three, they were fearless. They were not afraid to ask questions in the class. They were willing to raise their hands and ask the question to the instructor. Above and beyond the lectures, they used to go to the instructor and ask questions. They were able to ask questions to their peers, not worrying about how they would come across, whether this is really a stupid question, idiotic question, or this is really an intelligent and a good question. The ability to ask questions, extremely important, extremely underrated. Very important to get that right in a classroom kind of a session. The next is, they're able to work in a team. If you work in a team and you scout for some interesting problems that you want to solve, if you search the web enough, if you look at different people in the ecosystem, if you talk to them and tell them that we want to solve some interesting problems, people will volunteer. And these are the kind of people who went really above and beyond and basically spoke to a lot of people, got problem statements. Grey Atom of course did its due part and gave a lot of problem statements that they could attempt from the industry, but they also went above and beyond and were constantly looking at different problem statements in the market and were willing and open and did work in teams. It is extremely important, ability to work in teams. Next is that they, over a period of 6 to 8 months, built an extremely impressive portfolio on GitHub. They built an extremely impressive portfolio on GitHub. So typically we recommend at Grey Atom that you work on at least 4 different projects. You work on a supervised project, unsupervised project, at least one time series project, and one natural language processing project. If you have these 4 projects in your armory, you will be able to come across very strongly and strike conversation and get started in any kind of an interview process. So they had a very impressive portfolio on the GitHub which consisted of their assignments and consisted of end-to-end guided, unguided and solo independent projects that these people picked up. Next is they also blogged about what they did and about their journey. They blogged in their personal capacity, they blogged on LinkedIn, they had their social media very much up and active and running, and they blogged about the subject matter. What blogging essentially does is, it really forces you to express what you really know, and you will know within the first 5 minutes of starting to write a blog that whether you really understand the topic or you don't understand the topic. More so important, when you're sitting in the interview process and you're sitting in front of someone and trying to have a conversation, if you say that you have these 4 blogs that you've written over the last 6 months, the interviewer will be that much more biased to at least listen to you, or would be like keen, intrigued, or would give you some brownie points specifically for that. Next is they participated in all the hackathons. They participated in all the hackathons that Grey Atom conducted. So what we mean by hackathon is that these are all basically end-to-end challenges which are mentor-led, where a mentor from the industry comes in the classroom, explains what needs to be done with respect to the problem statement, not the approach but the problem statements, and the students in a team structure attempt to solve these problem statements under a time crunch, in a time pressure. This is as real as it gets, and you really get to work in teams, get to do projects, and divide responsibilities and actually have a deliverable that is going out in say 48 hours. Very important. They indulged in a lot of what we call as structured networking. These people have extremely healthy LinkedIn profiles, LinkedIn Connect, and they constantly keep on connecting and talking to people in and across the ecosystem. They also fairly active on speaking circuits, and they talk at different symposium and conferences. Next is that they attempted a lot of meetups. By attending meetups, they essentially came across in touch with a lot of people who are offering internships, jobs. They are of course learning over there, they're networking over there, and a lot of tangible benefits that you can take from attending the meetups. Very important, extremely critical. Lastly, they went into depth of at least one topic. By the time they were done with their machine learning curriculum, they really figured out that this is what they really wanted to do, and they really like this particular area of this subject or this matter, and they really went into the depth of that particular subject and topic, understood the mathematical nuances over there, understood all the geometric representations, understood the algorithmic, the programmatic, all the considerations that typically come along when you say that you really know something in its complete depth. 2 last quick points, very important. They gave themselves time. They understood the nature of the game. They knew that they could not rush through it. That you had to put in 6 to 8 months to really be able to make a meaningful career change. So they put in time. Very important. It's very important to have a very right set of expectations. And lastly, before landing their really dream job, before landing the job they ended up getting, they went through at least a series of multiple unsuccessful attempts. They all attended 7-8 interviews. They went through the whole journey. In retrospect, in end, everything looks rosy, that okay, these people have a job, they have made a career transition, but they have gone through the pain. They have gone through multiple interviews where they are not successful, and they have critically analyzed what really worked in each of the interviews or what didn't work, and they have improvised on top of that with respect to preparation, with respect to putting in more effort, with respect to presenting. So that's what they have done. So I think these are the 12 points that I really wanted to share with you guys. I'll just quickly summarize. Number 1, practice. Number 2, solve problem statements end to end. Number 3, ask questions to peers, to your instructors. Number 4, work in a team. Find interesting problems to solve. Number 5, build a portfolio. Number 6, blog. Number 7, participate in all the hackathons that you can possibly do. Number 8, get into structured networking, connect with people. Number 9, attend meetups, connect with people over there. Number 10, go into the depth of at least one topic that you really are completely passionate about in the machine learning. Number 11, give yourselves time, be practical. It takes time to make the pivot, to make the change. And finally, you have to go through a certain number of interviews before you make a successful career transition. It's very important to have your expectations set right and have the sense of journey and have the sense of adventure when you're going through it. So guys, how do you make a switch into a career with data sciences? This is how you make. It's a lot of hard work, it's a journey, and it's a very interesting journey, and it's a very rewarding journey. So we at Grey Atom have helped numerous people do that, and we have seen these journeys and we have seen careers really blossom and take up from here on. So please visit greyatom.com and learn more about some of these journeys, how people have made some of these transitions. And please keep your questions coming back to me. I'll be more than happy to take some of them. All the best.
Awesome! Congratulations! Thank you so much for watching this video end to end. On this particular channel, you will find everything that it takes to upskill you to become a data scientist. We have the 100% proven recipe. Check out the goodies over here, the workshops, the programs, and there's a number right here. Feel free to call me and I'll be very happy to help you with your journey in upskilling yourself and becoming a data scientist. Hit the subscribe button, click on the bell icon. Just make sure that if you like this particular video, don't forget to like it and follow us socially. I'll be there helping you out with how to make that transition happen for you.
Log on to Grey Atom's learning platform to unlock more content. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.